All right, guys, this is Parallax World Media, and I'm bringing an album review over Purple Rain, a mixtape like no other. Future wasn't aiming for radio hits. He wasn't chasing mainstream praise. There was no hooks engineered for playlists. This was strictly for the fans in the streets. He was channeling raw emotion on this project, dropped in the midst of one of the most iconic trap runs of all time. Let's talk about what I think is a slept-on Future project that still haunts the genre today. So let's rewind a little bit. If you weren't living under a rock in 2014 or early 2016, you know Future was on an unstoppable run. I mean, he was in a zone that nobody could touch. Honestly, even before that. But I'm speaking relatively around the releases of Beast Mode, 56 Nights, and DS2. Y'all know that. 3 classics, back to back to back. Each one a statement, building the legacy of Future Hendrix. A Shaq and Kobe 3-peat championship run, each one etched in history with the championship banner alongside it. You didn't just listen to these tapes. You lived with them. You played them in your car, your headphones, your soul, heard them at parties, clubs, whatever. He was on a pace like no other. But he didn't stop there. Summer came and Future went in Olympic gold mode, like truly, dropping Purple Rain. No promo, no press, no rollout, just a tweet on X 11 hours before release. Who does that? Especially in this time period. Like, who does that? That confidence, that mystery, that rawness. This wasn't a marketing move. It was Future handing us a diary sealed in purple. This tape felt new and fresh, and it still holds up today. I remember being about 20 years old, hotboxing and chilling with the homies like we always did, bumping this at max volume in the car. Every track felt like something I never heard before. Yeah, Future had his sound by then, of course, but this mixtape, next level from the beat production, quality, and overall performance. Now let's talk about the sound. Executive produced by DJ Esco and Metro Boomin, 2 rising star producers at the time who I believe, along with Zaytoven, understands Future at his best, providing his signature flows and cadences. DJ Esco, responsible for 56 Nights, the tape that gave us March Madness, and acclaimed by some to be one of his best projects. Metro Boomin also worked with him previously, with producer credits on Future's first studio album, Honest, and also producing on the collaborative mixtape with Drake, What a Time to Be Alive. On Purple Rain, Metro fingerprints are everywhere. Those 808s, the crisp hi-hats, those muted monochrome melodies that set the stoic and almost spacey tone. DJ Esco also adds a level of curation unheard of. He doesn't just arrange beats, he builds moods. It's like Astronaut Status met Street Calling, evolved, but with that dark emotion themed by the Purple Rain name. Originally has 13 tracks, but the record Wicked was pulled and moved to the album Evolve later. It was re-released with 12 records currently on streaming platforms that we'll discuss today. So starting off with Alright, produced by Metro Boomin, hard-hitting, gritty, classic Future intro. It's unapologetic. He's not easing you in, he's throwing you in the deep end and letting the 808s baptize you. Moving along, next, Never Forget. Gives that early street anthem vibe. Feels nostalgic. It was pulled straight from Street Calling days, seems like. He reflects, not just flex on this record. You can hear his memories through his delivery. Then one of my personal favorites, Inside the Mattress by Nard and B. Futuristic, no pun. I see why he calls himself Pluto. This was alien made. Future talks about hiding money and secrets, not just in the mattress, but within himself on this record. Like, he was just going in, spazzing. I don't know. Next, we have Drippin', How You Love That. Metro on the beat once again, a definitely straightforward record, laced with Future's energy, slurred, heavy sound, and aggressive. A fan favorite for most. The next track, Hater Shit, underrated. Super Future floating like, I pull up whenever I want, I do whatever I want. Pete Savage mode, it's what you expect to hear on his tapes. Then there's Salute, a solid record, almost an interlude vibe, a breather in the middle of the chaos. And then we come into the real gritty tape, the real gritty part of the tape. Bye Bye, Zaytoven on the keys, church piano meets Pluto flow, they never miss. Future's flow and cadence on here is on a different level. Next on the list, No Charge, another personal favorite, a melodic record. Future's drugged out confession seems like in a way he can only relay, detailing addiction, fame, and detachment. Like, just a fire record, man. Closing out with the real gems, showcasing the core vibes of the tape. Perky's Calling, a drug-induced anthem. Future's subconscious speaking through the microphone, the beat echoing, bouncing through a lean cup, calling your name. This track made it clear he wasn't rapping about addiction, he was rapping from inside it. And I mean, if you remember around this time, This was one of like the biggest records on this project, and you know, it was just a fan favorite, man, and just a classic record. Purple Rain, the heart of the mixtape, also the name of the project. Future at its most cinematic, minimal, hollow, skeletal-like, feels like rain, real purple, emotional rain. This isn't Future flexing, this is Future mourning. And finally, news or something. Future in paranoid guy mode. He watching snakes, dodging fake love, counting plays like they're death threats, man. Like, for real, like, this going in, bro. Like, this is a real emotional record, man. Like, and it like really relates and translates to like that real trap element. You hear me? Sirens, synths, trap drums, pure calculated chaos. Purple Rain's central theme is a deep emotion and lifestyle. It wasn't just raps. It was pain, paranoia, honesty, wrapped in trap beats with that trap element associated with it. A diary and code. What makes this project stand out is how he stays in character. He never breaks the fourth wall. There's no introspective verses explaining his reality. He shows it all through his tone, beat selection, and delivery. No rollout, no features, just a vibe. Purple Rain influenced the whole wave. And don't forget, it just dropped 2 weeks before the rumor, What a Time to Be Alive 2. That was supposed to come out around that time. It's a coincidence? Maybe. But Future knew he was building something timeless, man. And I mean, if any of these records went on that tape, I mean, it would have been a masterpiece, bro. Purple Rain didn't need to go viral. It just needed to exist. It's not the loudest tape in Future's catalog, but it may be the realest. One of my personal favorites. And I think for a review, man, this mixtape get like an 8 out of 10. In my opinion, man, it was a great project. Drop your favorite tracks in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this review. We got way more heat on the way. This is Parallax World Media, and we just getting started.